I'm going to do an insight video today, and it's all about alignment at the moment. And alignment means moving from the 3D reality and the 3D consciousness, and how we are sort of like a lot of the time we're impacted by that. And it's shifting from the 3D consciousness to the 5D consciousness. And alignment is raising awareness, raising consciousness, and shifting into the fifth dimensional reality and the fifth dimensional consciousness. And this is around again shifting from the external to the internal. And it's about how we align with that, how we harmonize with that, what kind of things can we do daily to bring that online. It's all about vibration, it's all about frequency. And there's a lot of dissolving going on, there's a lot of dissolving, there's a lot of shifting, there's a lot of releasing going on for many people at the moment. So within your lives you will feel things coming up, things sort of like coming to the surface within your life, within your reality. These can be things that maybe haven't happened for a long time, or experiences or things that you experienced a while back. And what's going on is we're releasing this energy as we start to shift and change into a newer vibration, a newer frequency. And it's all about this new at the moment. It's all about new vibrations, new frequencies. It's about sort of like this sense of rebirth. But rebirth is also connected to like states of being and states of consciousness. And like when you talk about ascension is going from different states of being. It's sort of like it's aligning more with your source energy and your source vibration, your source frequency, to start to create a source reality. And it's like shifting and moving, and sort of like starting to align with source living. And source living is a concept where we live with source, but we're living in vibration and frequency, and we're living in this eternal moment where we can create and manifest, attract, shift, change, and living in the eternal moment and living in source vibration and source living is the development of where we start to realize that we're like this vibration with this frequency. And in this eternal space, or this expansive space, what we start to do is, through moving into the eternal, moving into the inner reality and the inner vibration, we start to realize that all external reality is just a mirror of the internal reality. And fifth dimensional consciousness and a fifth dimensional awareness and fifth dimensional frequency is very much around energy. It's very much around vibrations and frequencies. Infinite beings that live in different realities and different dimensions understand that all things are energy, all things are vibration, all things are frequencies. And source energy, a good way to visualize it is like, so we see like our physical sun, which is like this ball of energy, this ball of light, that actually sustains us and gives us energy and gives us light, and makes us feel alive, makes us feel vibrant, makes us feel um, you know makes us feel sort of the energy from it. Source energy is this. Source energy is like is the infinite source energy that creates and manifests everything. So imagine, sort of, and visualize like a big ball of infinite like energy and light, and imagine it sort of connecting to your heart center. And when it connects to it, and your energy centers, and just feel them start to expand. As I'm sort of like being directed to talk about this, I feel my heart chakra just open up, and it's this big ball of golden energy. And there's a massive sort of sphere of energy, or ball of energy, that opens up in my third eye as well, and as well as my crown chakra. And it starts to move down, and all my energy centers are now being sort of aligned, and they're being sort of like harmonized with this source golden energy. Um, it's trying to find ways and visualize ways to feel this vibration, to feel this energy, because once you start to connect to the source energy and the source vibration, then you start to feel like you're this vibration, this frequency. And the key thing is to try and remain in that. I mean, for me, part of my daily practice is I try and go within, when I'm in my my working reality or my working life. I try and go within and stay within there, because within there I feel like there's this space of like security, of harmony, of ability to shift and change things that coming into my reality and impact me. In the external world, there's still sort of like, you still have like events, people, um, experiences that you come across, and they are going to sort of, if it's a three-dimensional sort of like feeling or reality that hits you from maybe somebody else that's creating something, whether they're creating some kind of imbalance within how they're sort of like acting with you, or interacting with you, or what they've said. And again, it's about this key thing of remaining in a source and in a sort of harmony. Is this understanding that you, whatever's given to you, then you know, if you're in this inner reality, you can create and manifest a vibration that allows that to be dissolved. So it allows you to remain sort of harmonized, remain aligned with your source energy and your source center and your heart center, which is source living. I'm trying to put this in ways that it makes sense, because it's very difficult to explain what it feels like to be a vibration of frequency. When I'm a vibration of frequency, I just feel like that all exists is just me. And from that, um, you know, it's not saying that I'm the only thing that exists, but what I'm saying is that I'm in my own source energy, so I feel like I'm just this vibration, this frequency, and in that frequency is like this infinite expansive space where you can just create and manifest and dissolve things that, you know, that come in, you dissolve them at will. And this is part of the practice that I've been trying to do over many months. Is like there's many things that are going on, and I get distracted many times, and this is why meditation and sort of like visioning and sort of using crystals and stuff like that, because they're all ways, again, of bringing you back into source energy. For me, I have many things that distract me. This could be from daily things to do with cars, it could be to do with relationships, it could be to do with anything. But it's that the key thing is, when these things come from the external world and you're back into that 3D dimension or that 3D consciousness, and the external world and the external things at play is to go back into the internal world, and is to go back and connect and align with it. So then when you're aligned, you're an open energy channel to receive source energy and then dissolve and release things. So it's all about cycles. It's all about cycles of releasing and dissolving at the moment. It's transmutation happening. And perpetual transmutation, the universal law, is the teaching about this, that all things are vibrations and frequencies. And within you is this infinite vibrations and frequencies of source energy. And the perpetual transmutation teaches us that when we go within, there's an infinite source of energy that we're open to and we're connected to, and it's always sort of flowing into us. And all we have to do is remain in that. And when something comes in and it doesn't harmonize or it doesn't resonate with us, is that we just dissolve it and we just replace it with a frequency, or a vibration that we want. So it's about constantly sort of like readjusting. It's like constantly sort of aligning, because aligning happens all the time. And alignment is a really important sort of like practice, because we're constantly being sort of bombarded with external sort of stuff, or external sort of like information and stimuli from the external world. And you know, we start then getting caught up in sort of like rational ways of looking at things, and our intellect of trying to look at how we can overcome something, and then our emotions come into play, and all these kind of things. When we start to get into that, we're connected again to a 3D like a 3D awareness, a 3D consciousness, and being in the inner world of source energy. We just feel the vibration, and we connect into it with this open channel. And what we do then is we create this space. We create this space to allow this energy, this source energy, to come in, to work with us, align with us, and bring intuition, insight, so then we can start to then express. Because our source energy is directly connected to our infinite selves and the eternal moment. And when we're in that space, we know that we can create, we can shift, we can change, we can dissolve. And again, the universal law of perpetual transmutation tells us this, because it allows us then to know that we can create a vibration, a frequency, and actually whatever we're feeling or experiencing in that moment, we can sort of dissolve that, and we can change it, and we can replace it with something that actually does harmonize with us, does align with our vibration, our frequency. And source energy is very much around this. The practice for me to feel like with source energy is just to maybe put some crystals on your body, and just feel what you feel. Put them on your energy centers, like your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and your root chakra, and just concentrate and just take time to feel what it feels like when you put those crystals. Ask those crystals as well. Send a consciousness to those crystals and ask them to align you with their source energy or activate you to your source energy. And crystals are already, they've been created, and sort of like from source energy. So they're a great tool to align you and bring you back into harmony. And it's about building up that sort of like that experience of what it's like to be in source energy, and daily practice of it. Daily practice to feel your energy centers when they're aligned. When do you feel in harmony? When do you feel aligned? When do you feel in union? When do you feel at peace? All these kind of things are also keys of consciousness, and doorways into source energy. Because source energy is pure union, pure sort of alignment, and it's always in peace. It's always in peace with itself, with its vibration, with the energy. The energy is always harmonized. If there's something that's not harmonized, there's something that's not harmony, then it's not source energy. And it's about how do we get back into that? How do we get back into peace? How do we get back into the state of being? Another way that helps me to get into that is to get into my breathing, but also slow things down. When I slow things down, then I come into the vibration, I come into the frequency. I'm trying to think of practical ways, because it's alright talking about dissolving, and it's alright talking about sort of vibrations and frequencies and energy centers, and feeling the energy within your energy field, and your hands, and your chakras, and your minor chakras. But it's how do you first get into that state of being? How do you can't, until you awaken to it, you can't recognize it. So this is why I'm trying to come up with little daily tools of ways of doing it. And these are some of the things I'm sharing with you, are what helps me. Definitely when I'm anxious, or I'm agitated, or I feel sort of like insecure about something, or I'm worried about facing something, if I slow something down, that creates a like space within me. It creates an infinite space. By slowing things down and concentrating your breath, it opens up your energy. Because when you're feeling like that, and you're feeling like you're anxious, or you're upset, or you're worried, or you're concerned about something, your energy's closing down. And what you need to do is open it up. And when you open it up, then that will allow the flow to start to come in. And the flow will come in, it will bring an insight, it will bring an intuition, it will bring sort of a felt centered experience that will be telling you. Source will be communicating with you, and it'll be connecting with your essence, your source energy, to start then to create a vibration that will allow that to be dissolved and allow it to shift. And then obviously you will send out a different vibration, and that whole reality will shift and change in that moment. You will be in that eternal moment. So I'm just trying to share a few tools that might help. That's the insight for today.